I'm Mr. Subconscious. Like, comment, subscribe. This was personal, man. Because this is a message to myself as well. You know, this channel began because I wanted to embody my higher self more often. My highest thoughts, my highest goals, my highest good, and my highest potential. And sometimes I struggle with that, like every human being. Let's have some inner dialogue. When we're born, we are just this big ball of life. And hopefully time and health. And, you know, sometimes, you know, people are born without life. And, you know, one of my family members is a doctor, you know. She gives birth to children. OBGYN, right? And we're all born the same. We come in. There might be complications. There might be defects, but life is life. And physical potential has its limits, right? Honestly, everything has its limits. And most of the time, when it comes to potential, people get overwhelmed at its vastness because potential is vast. Potential is endless. That's precisely what it is. It's this unfulfilled thing that is a vessel that honestly could never be filled. And so they become overwhelmed, and potential stays a concept. They fail to concretize it in its proper context within their own life. But if we put it within the limits, if we put it within the limits that are comfortable, and comfortable meaning the limits of the said person's mind, even they oftentimes will realize that they haven't reached that. What do I mean? If you asked a man, what his goals were for the year, if you asked a man what his healthiest diet would be, if you asked a man what his daily schedule was, and then you asked that same man whether he achieved all those things, I'm gonna go ahead and say 7 to 10 out of 10 of the times, most people are gonna say no. I was also one of those people until Honestly, like the last 5 years, when I started to really hone in on that. Most of the time, people piss on their potential. They piss on their physical potential. They piss on their spiritual potential. They piss on their mental potential. They piss on their financial potential. Run it back. They piss on their BMSB, man. They piss on their BMSB. Body, mind, soul, bread. Anybody say that, that's from Mr. Subconscious, right there. Body, mind, soul, bread, BMSB. They piss on their potential in all of those areas. Able-bodied, solid-minded, spiritually grounded, financially literate people sleep on their potential every day. Better yet, they piss on their potential every day. Why is that? You know, I was having a conversation with a homie, and this is low key where this topic came from, because I realized we talk about male self-esteem a lot, and how a lot of young men, old men, middle-aged men, just men in general, have extremely big egos, but very low self-esteem. Excuse me. Run that back. A lot of men have extremely big egos, but very low self-esteem. See, there are men with talents and skills that make people wonder. Myself, for example, I wonder when I see some of my homies do things. I'm like, man, you make me wonder. Pause. Moment of silence. And play. So the reason why I bring up self-esteem is because the biggest reason why people piss on their potential, Cam about to die, and we could really go in still. I'm gonna keep going no matter what. The reason why people piss on their potential is because they don't see who they could be. They don't believe who they could be. They won't receive who they could be. Run that back. The reason why people piss on their potential is because they don't see who they could be. They don't believe who they could be. They won't receive who they could be. Low self-esteem is oozing with potential, but not believing you can get it. Low self-esteem is oozing talents, skills, but not believing that they can change your life. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, but that we are powerful beyond measure. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, but that we are powerful beyond measure. And that scares people. The responsibility of it all, the changes that must occur. Now, if someone's lazy, that's of course something completely different. That's not what we're talking about here. But even laziness to an extent. Excuse me. I remember that shirt Nike had that said lazy but talented. Even laziness to an extent comes from not believing in who you could be. That's why this exists. Too many people have no sense of purpose, no good word in their ear. A world full of distractions. A world void of enough positivity. A world void of enough motivation. A world void of enough sophistication. And so their self-esteem is low. I try to encourage people almost to a point of a nuisance. And you know, I'm on a spectrum, so I already have my nuisances. You feel me? I already have those things. But it's really because something that hurts my spirit as a man is seeing people discouraged, people full of potential, people full of life, people full of positivity and ideas, people full of the light of God, just discouraged. Most people piss on their potential because they can't see who they could be. They don't believe who they could be. And they won't receive who they can be. And you know, this isn't, it's not about, you know, trying to turn people into other things or turn people into something more like myself. No, it's actually about seeing what lights a fire in someone's heart and in their effort. And, you know, a lot of my mentors and people I consider big brothers are already doing that, where every day, no matter what, they're going to be doing this activity or achieving this goal because that's what their person, their purpose and their passion is. But the young men, the young women that have all this potential, who are pissing on it, and you know you're pissing on it, ask yourself whether you can't see who you can be. But if you know you're pissing on it, you can see. Ask yourself why you don't believe it. If you do believe it, why won't you receive it? And if you will receive it, why won't you embody it? Once you receive it, the final step of the phase is allowing it to consume your being until you and your potential are no longer separate. When you watch Olympic athletes or any athlete that is on the precipice of becoming a champion, you see that they received it and embodied it. And that embodiment is a process. And their whole body is filled. And this last piece is just the last hair. Kind of like Hercules. You remember when Hercules, my age is showing, excuse me, but when Hercules drank the potion and he was purple, and you know they said your God is mortal now, right? But since he did not drink the last drop, right? You know what I'm saying? And it encompassed his entire body. That's the analogy I want you to think about. Once you receive it and you embody it, that that's no longer potential. Achieve potential is not potential. It's an actuality. It's who you are. Once you cross something off your vision board, it's not a vision no more. It's reality. It's who you are. I got a homie who a fighter. He trained me. Pause. He visualized himself becoming a fighter. He believed it. He saw it. He believed it. Then he received it. And now he's embodying it. I believe he can become champion. I see him becoming champion. He's embodying himself become champion. It's loading, kind of like Hercules. By the time he's champion, that's just the last hair. I've been practicing being wealthy for a long time. I'm already wealthy. I have my time. I have my energy. I have more than enough money than I need. But I want higher levels of freedom. I'm just embodying them now. I'm already free. I saw it. I believed it. I received it. And now I'm embodying it. But most of the time, people are pissing on their potential because of the issue with one of those three. Try to encourage somebody to see themselves, not their flaws. The rest of the world can show them that. The only flaw you should point out is how little they believe in themselves. How much they take for granted how talented they are. And how much they deserve to seize the good things that life has in store for them due to these talents. Show somebody their greatness and lift them up. Not higher than the Most High, of course. But encourage somebody. Let them know their potential will be and can be achieved. You'll see that piss stream start to go down a little bit.